Warning: this reading is not meant for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Poltergeist, Creech Manor, Final Girl. Creech Manor is a home that is over 100 years old. It has the kind of character and charm that people love. It is the kind of home where every step, every new room, can call to one's imagination. A story from the past, the wise reader would stop reading now and keep whatever happy sunshine beaming through the majestic windows pictures they have in their head. For what follows will stick like a shadowy leech onto your soul forever. The happy, imagined stories the average person would envision are a far cry from the real and actual horrible events that have taken place in the manor over the years. The below accounts are just a few of the many atrocities that have occurred in the home. 1912. The original owner, named Robert Creech, a wealthy commodities trader and statesman, was found hanging in the attic by his much younger wife, Helen. She inherited the wealth and was able to do a great deal of good with it, but eventually the money ran out. She went up to the attic one night and ingested a concoction of champagne and a large amount of rat poison. Unaware of how slow and painful the process of her death would be, during the investigation, the neighbors that lived a half a mile away said they heard a horrific wailing coming from the direction of the manor that lasted most of the night. 1957. Tim Grace was a boy of 13 when he came back home from the circus with a brand new clown doll. He was on top of the world. At night, he'd keep the clown sitting up on the chair across the room. He felt safe with it watching over him. One night, a fierce lightning storm came through the area. Tim was staring at the clown, and each time the lightning flashed, in the darkness, the clown's expression seemed to change. When its eyes went red, he was sure of it, and threw his blanket over the clown and the chair. The next day, when he woke up, the clown and the blanket were both gone. Tim was relieved but confused. For the next 11 days, Tim pleaded with his parents to move, claiming the clown doll attacks me every night. But when they observed him at night, it seemed to just be night terrors and bad dreams. They saw no doll. They would finally be convinced to move by the suffocation death of their son, just a few days later. He was found with a blanket wrapped so tightly around his head you could see the shape of his screaming face in the blanket. 1981. Lucy loved staring out the window at the old oak. She wondered if it was older than the manor itself. It was obviously the oldest tree in the neighborhood. She smiled as the wind bristled its leaves. Such a beautiful tree. As the days went by, she spent more and more time at the window. When her husband came home from work one day and found her in the exact same spot as when he left that morning, he became concerned. He tried to get her help, and Lucy resented him from that moment forward. How dare he take her away from the tree? When they returned that night, they shared no words and went to bed under an awkward silence. Lucy woke up in the early hours of the night and went to the window. The tree, who had been speaking to her for some time now, offered to protect her. It reached out its largest branch toward the window and opened what could only be described as a hand-shaped branch in front of her. She opened the third-floor window and climbed onto the sill. She hesitated, but then looked up at the tree itself. Smiling, she stepped forward and plummeted to her death.